Taki and I are at the University of Maine in Presque Isle, Maine. And we are just adjacent to their bikeway, pathway, walkway that goes through the university, comes out through town, goes around the rec center downtown, and up to Manor Lake Park, where we've been a little bit lately. And we're just walking the ground to see what we can see. Hold on, Talk. Hold on. See these beautiful pines, or spruce. I guess these would be spruce. Yeah, spruce. And then we've got got some disc golf. We got a whole forest of them here. Give a kind of a spooky, eerie feeling to things. But these are beautiful trees. Some more over there. This is up behind, they have a gym that's down that way, named after Ms. Gentile, who was a recreation and physical education professor for many years, and was quite an amazing woman, really. I met her. I took a swimming class from her. And right now we're adjacent to the soccer field, I guess. Used to have a wind turbine here, and it burnt, or the motor burnt, or something burnt, and they took it down and never replaced it. It was about maybe 5 years ago. It's too bad they didn't replace it. This is interesting. Let's check this out. This is a mowed part that goes back into the woods. You can see the little dandelion fluff floating on the breeze. Pretty warm day. It's probably definitely mid-70s, I'd say. And this is far northern Maine. This is my hometown, actually. This is where I grew up. Not where I was born. I was actually born in California. But this is where my mother's family was from. In this area, my grandfather was a potato farmer, and then turned a businessman. Opened up a moving business. That was actually, they ran a store. First he had a trash business, and then turned it into a moving business that went all over the country, all over the state. There's still a branch of it. There was still a branch of it until a few years ago. I was up here, and there's still a branch in Bangor, which is 3 hours south of here. And I'm not sure if there's still a Waterville branch. It used to be a Waterville branch. Of course, the whole moving business changed quite a bit, and everybody's U-hauling, and so they switched to doing that, renting U-hauls and boxing materials, but they kept the moving business as well. Still, do household moves and mostly commercial moves now. And mostly, like I said, in the more metropolitan area. That's a couple hours south of here. Oh, jumping. She's jumping like a little springboard. Where'd you going, Talk? Where you going, Talk? Something she wants to see over here. I don't know if that thing that we mowed path we were on was for the disc golf, because there was something up in the trees there I didn't get quite catch of. I think it was another golf spot, frisbee golf, disc golf, however you want to call it. And I didn't really realize how extensive the grounds were here. They went back this far. It looks like we got a muck pond. I don't want her in that, because God knows. Oh, maybe it's not a pond. Maybe it's just a low area with grass. Yeah, I guess it's just a low area with grass. In the dark gloom of this forest, it looked like a pond. Taki, you need to not run. I'll go where you want to go. Just go slow. I don't know if you can hear the sound of the breeze going through the spruce. Oh, easy, Talk. Like I said, the camera actually lightens it up, but it's very dark in here. It's hard to pick out. I got my sunglasses on with that. That complicates it. It's hard to pick out what's here in the gloom. But we're heading for the light. Right, Taki? We're heading for the light. Taki, honey, stop pulling. Come on. We go one step forward and one step back. She's now figured out the best way to pull with this D-ring in the middle of her chest. So that lasted one walk. And now she's back to pulling me along when she's excited. I noticed when I first got her, she had a limp on her left hind leg. And I've noticed now whenever she overworks herself, it comes back a little bit. So some sort of weakness there that was a tendon or a muscle or something that bothered her. This is crazy. They've got all sorts of mowed paths back here. I wonder if anybody ever comes back here. Yeah, so the dorm rooms are over that way. You can't see them over that hill. There's another soccer field there. And then the cafeteria in the dorm rooms. And the library. Well, the library's a little further north, it would be, of that spot. Slow down, Talk. So anyway, I've noticed we were sedentary. We didn't do much walking. We did, I think I explained, maybe we got an hour a day, but it was probably closer to 40 minutes a day for the last 2 months. When I was staying with my mother for 6 weeks and then staying with my daughter for almost 2 weeks. We didn't do a whole lot of walking. 5.8 kilometers. Huh. So this is a walking path that they're keeping. So I wonder if you follow the paths, that equals up, and I wonder if the paths are all through the college. That's interesting. I like that. And I love that it's just mowed grass. It's not pavement like our town has put. They went from rails to trails, so they paved over, pulled up and paved over the old trail bed that went through town, and it's a paved path. It's just, yes, These are nice mowed paths. Let's see if we get an informational. Talon Trails Disc Golf Course. So this is all disc golf. That's funny. That's funny. That doesn't look like much of a throw right there. It's just like right there. Rusty. Anyway, so they keep it mowed so people can come out here and play frisbee golf. I wonder if anybody does. That's the funny thing. That's classic for this little town. It's only a town of 9,000. Like I said, it's the town I grew up in. And when I grew up, it was 12,000. And now it's down to 9 and keeps dropping because once the kids grow up, they go away because there's absolutely nothing here. It's way up in the very top of the state of Maine. It's beautiful. Bitterly cold in the winter, though. We get sub-zeros for like 2 months, and you can go out in it, but you don't stay out long enough to shovel the massive amounts of snow off your driveway or snow blow it or get the plow out and plow it. Go back and forth to work, and there's not a lot of industry up here. There's a few. There's the potato industry, of course. It's a big potato growing. Historically, big potato growing area. One of the biggest potato farmers has switched over to broccoli, and they are the number one broccoli provider for the nation. But that's one family, and all the labor obviously is what all our agricultural labor is now is migrant labor. Which there's nothing wrong with that either, it's just that it doesn't employ that many people. And then we have a hospital, we have this university, and then we also have a technical college. We have a truss company that builds trusses with the wood, and like I said, we have pellet manufacturers, wood pellets for burning in a wood pellet stove. What else? Just not a whole lot. There's just not a whole lot up here, and it's the good wages are male-dominated fields. Diesel mechanic, and working in the woods, cutting timber with the big huge machines that they cut timber with now. And I shouldn't say timber because timber denotes stuff that they build with, and I don't think there's much timber harvesting left in northern Maine. I think it's all softwoods for toilet paper. Company that years ago. I mean, it's been, I think the 70s was the last timber companies we had. I could be wrong. I mean, we do still have the truss building place, so they must be getting their timber locally. So maybe there's some timber still being harvested, but not a lot, I don't think. So there you have it. And then typically the women are working in admin field, clerical, that sort of thing, teachers. It really is a very traditional area as far as gender roles for work and everything else, which can really be stifling. And men are a little macho around here, that not in any good way. Yeah, it's a backwater. It's a backwater area for sure. Beautiful backwater. I see that they've got a little solar farm going on there. It doesn't look very large. Yeah, I wish they would have put the windmill back up there. It had been up there, I think, 20 years. And, why they hadn't planned, that, okay, eventually we're going to need to replace the motor and have that, purchased and ready, or at least had budgeted as a replacement needed, especially as it was getting on to be 20 years. I guess they just didn't have that much incentive to do so. The state, like I said, state university, so the funds are, most of the funds flow to the large campus, and again in Bangor, Brewer, Orono area, it's Orono, which is 3 hours south. But yes, this is not a bad little walk here. I started that saying that Taki, I've noticed since we've been walking a lot more, at least twice a day, at least for an hour, twice a day. I think she's pushing herself a little too much and getting the leg is getting sore. But this was a fortunate thing to come across and film, because this is classic for my hometown, Prescott, Maine. Classic scenery. This would have been and was all potato fields, which is not too many years ago. And now all the trees are growing up in it, and the university now owns it and are utilizing it for disc golf. It cracks me up. There's a surviving railroad bed that still goes through town. They do still ship stuff from Canada down through the state. I don't know how much. I know that I was actually once on the planning board not too long ago, 5 years ago, here in town, and they wanted to use the railroad more and use our area. It's already a sort of a hub of sorts, is what they call it, actually the hub of Aroostook, for commercial activity. And we do have an industrial park that has a few commercial ventures up there. And there's the rail line goes up there. This rail line right here goes right up to the industrial park. And so, trying to stimulate that sort of economy where more rail is used. But, you have to have all the goods being manufactured somewhere where you need it to travel by rail. And, it's not the case up here anymore. I guess we still ship potatoes, but I think by and large they probably... No, you know what? The potatoes might go by rail. And the broccoli, they might. Or they may go out on trucks. I don't really